So before I start this, I'm going to say, if you haven't been watching this show, please go back and watch this show. Even though I do some of these videos that are spoilers, you're going to want to watch this. It is phenomenal. All right, let's get to it. What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I, the Big Rob Theory, will be talking to you today about episodes 5 and 6 of Superman and Lois, The Best of Smallville and Broken Trust. Both of these episodes, honestly, are really well done. I'll say episode 5, The Best of Smallville, is a little bit lower on the totem pole for me personally, only because it's just a little bit slower for my liking, but it is needed for the story buildup, and the story buildup that deals with certain people having powers when there should only be technically one Kryptonian, but in the comics we know there are multiple Kryptonians. We get shown how and why, well, not why these Kryptonians are popping up out of nowhere, but how these Kryptonians are popping up. So there's this thing called the Harvest Festival that Clark has talked about for a while, even when he first met Lois, and I guess Lois has just never experienced it. Something that goes on in Smallville ever since he was a kid. And this episode, we are kind of reminiscent of when Clark was a teenager and he kind of was rebelling against his mother a little bit. Same thing with Jonathan and Jordan rebelling against Clark right now. So throughout the episode, we get to see Clark and his mother interact in previous years, and it is a flashback, flash forward episode, so we get to kind of dive into the psyche of Clark a little bit on his more emotional side. In this episode, unfortunately, Jonathan gets broken up with. Sad, and things just can't go his way really, and that's why I feel for him, because it just sucks for him, you know. Also in this episode, we dive a little bit deeper into the mystery behind Morgan Edge and what's going on within Smallville. And Lois gets involved in some things that she didn't really expect to, but it's kind of needed in order to get the story out and to get behind what's really happening. So I won't talk too much about what exactly happens in this episode, but there is a pretty big fight that happens in the latter half of the episode that kind of paints a little picture of what's to come, but also explaining what we've been questioning, you know, and what Lois has been questioning. Wale Parks reprises his role as Lex Luthor. Closer to the end of the episode is where he really springs into action when Superman and another Kryptonian or random Kryptonian engage in a battle, and he helps out-ish. He means to hurt Superman, but ends up kind of helping him out. Then that leads into episode 6, Broken Trust, and this episode is really good and really important in my opinion because of the dynamic between the family, but also the dynamic between Clark, or Superman, him being Superman, and Sam, the leader of the DOD, which is also Lois's father. Basic gist of this episode, Tag comes back and he is trying to reach out to a friend of his to show what is going on with him and how he is changing and what happened and why he left and everything. And Jordan has been experiencing new things with his powers because in the previous episode at the end of it, he gets attacked by Tag because technically what's going on with Tag is Jordan's fault, but indirectly. It was an accident what happened. So ever since he got punched out by Tag, Jordan's been experiencing different things with his powers, like intense migraines whenever there's a loud noise, or not even a really loud noise. A prime example is his brother just closed the locker very quietly and he said you don't need to slam it. So that it's just like he's experiencing some new things with his powers and he needed something to happen to rev them up, which was the attack by Tag. I love the way how the acting is in this show, because it's not just the fact that there's great chemistry, but these actors and actresses, they obviously you need to commit to your role whenever you're doing something, but there's just a little bit more to the element here in this show. It just seems like everyone really is everyone is so invested in being who they are. Tyler Hoechlin does a really great job of separating it when he's Clark and Superman, but there's also those nuances of when Clark is he is Superman and he has like a parental moment or he sees something and he thinks of his boys or something like that. It doesn't matter. It does not matter whether he is Clark or Superman. If something happens with his kids, he's gone. He's out of there and he's helping his kids. And I really respect that. Sam, the leader of the DOD, gets on Clark a lot. It's like, oh, we need you, this and that. And it's like, I get it. Clark gets it. But his family is important too. So that's what I like about this show. One of the main things I like about this show is the fact that no matter what, Superman will always put his family first. No matter what, he will put his family first. There might be some rare instances where, case in point, the episode before this, the episode before episode 5, he kind of missed out on helping Lois. Things happen. I'm not saying he was right, but things happen. Other than that, he is there for his family, and that's what you see throughout this episode. Jordan has random instances where his powers are about to come out. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. I've given away quite a bit, but there's a part to this episode, Broken Trust, where Jordan is on the football field and his old high school, they're beating them, and his old high school, they start to attack him on the field because there's a fight that breaks out. His powers start to like really manifest because he's getting upset, he's frustrated, he's anxious, and he starts to develop the heat vision in his eyes. Clark jumps in, he sees instantly what's happening, and Clark jumps in and is just like, let it out right here. And he just lets it out and he screams. And I don't know what it is about this scene, but the fact that Clark is just there and he's like wincing because obviously it hurts him because it's his powers too. And Jordan's screaming, not only just because he's getting everything out, but he's just frustrated, he's tired, he's sick of this constant badgering on him, and like now that he has powers, he can't really just do whatever he wants, and he kind of wants to, but he can't do whatever he wants. And like I said, this scene is just really powerful to me. I don't know why, because of the bond there with the father and the son. He's just like, yo, let it out, it's fine, just do it right here, so that no one else can see, but that he can also get his frustration out and he can just unleash what he needs to unleash so that he can calm down. I love the dynamics that are in this show, and I love where the show is going. Later on in this episode, that's when things get really, really lit. I mean, like, really lit. Lois and Lex Luthor, which at this moment, he's going by a different name, and I cannot remember the name right now for the life of me. Sorry, guys. I'll probably put the name down below. They finally find out what's going on with the mines, and there's X-Kryptonite, which is the rarest form of kryptonite, which I spoke about in the last video revolving Superman and Lois. Contains the consciousnesses of old Kryptonians and stuff, so that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, and that's what we got going on down there. And that Lois finally finds out what's going on, only for them to be attacked by someone they didn't really know had powers, and now that they know she has powers, and this guy has this technology, you know what I'm saying, this technology to do various things to hurt these people. So Lois is constantly in her detective mode. And that's another thing that I respect about her in the comics and in this show, is no matter what, even if she's in danger, she's like, yo, what is this? So you just got these badges, you just know how to do this, you have this advanced technology, and you quit a high-paying job just to like be a journalist. You're full of it, homie. I love it. So yeah, the direction that they are going with this show is phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see how this unfolds and how it ties into the actual Arrowverse. But overall, these 2 episodes are really great. It definitely does touch on your emotions, especially when you see Jonathan and Jordan interact with each other, because as I said before, no matter what, these two have each other's backs. But in this episode, Broken Trust, I will say things got really dicey with the brothers, and right now it sucks. It does suck. It was an accident what happened between Jordan and Jonathan, but it happened nonetheless. So it is what it is. Things happen. So we'll see in the next episode what happens and how they recover from what happened between them. And that's what I got for you doing this recap and review of episodes 5 and 6 of Superman and Lois. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for watching this video. If you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Like and comment on this video. If you're watching the show, yo, let's discuss it. I really want to talk to more people who are watching this, what your thoughts are. Do you agree or disagree with my thoughts? You obviously have your own perspective, so I'd love to hear it. Let's connect. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until the next one.